Hey, welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for today. 9 games on this Friday, so let's get right into it. As always, please if you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you have not already. You can follow on Twitter for updates at the DFS process, and let's get started. So looking at the point guard options for today, we have Westbrook is the lone guy above 10K at point guard. He's 11,000. Bradley Beal is probable today. It's a good spot against Golden State. This game should be super high scoring. He did go off even with Beal back in the lineup, but he also shot very well, which was something we don't really see out of Westbrook. Shot 8 of 11 and 3 of 3 from distance. I mean, I don't really get him at this price tag with Beal in, so I will continue to not have him. You can save almost $2,000, $1,800, and go to Trae Young against the Bulls. This game is one of the higher scoring games on the slate, or higher projected totals on the slate. I like both sides of it, especially if the Hawks are still dealing with some guys out. Just opens up more usage and more shots and everything for guys like Trae Young and the rest of the starters. So he's a guy that I really like today at $9,200. Point position has a lot of studs, but his price tag is very reasonable. I like Young a little bit more than Curry as 99. We need 60 out of that price tag. I like Young a little bit more than Holiday, depending on Giannis. If Giannis is out again, then you can go to Holiday Middleton, even though they disappointed yesterday. Maybe some people jump off. I would go right back to them if Giannis is out. We know John Wall is not going to play today. It's a tough spot against the Clippers, and they did already put Kevin Porter at 7K, so he's not a must-play. I'd rather go to a couple of other guys on Houston, but he's in play if you wanted to go to him just because you'll get a lot of minutes and a lot of usage. And Edwards is 77 with D'Angelo Russell back and probably going to get more minutes as he kind of gets back into shape. I don't think I'll get to him at that price tag, especially against the Celtics. It's not a super fast-paced, up-tempo matchup here. Lonzo is questionable. We really don't know what they're going to do if he happens to miss because they really don't have any other point guard besides Bledsoe. Hopefully he plays, and hopefully Ingram comes back today. Looking at cheaper options here, you have Graham is 68, so he's not that appealing. Smart is 62 with Kemba back after he took rest day. He's not that appealing either. McConnell would be in play against Orlando if there is no Brogdon again. You could even look to Cole Anthony's down to 52. He played 25 minutes in his first start back. Probably will get you closer to like 28, maybe closer to 30. And that's the main guys to look at. If you wanted to go cheap here for value, I don't see anything unless Jamal Murray misses again. Then you can go to Monty Morris, or you can go to Campazzo, who's also super affordable. And the lone guy that's really cheap we could look to is Wanamaker, who's only $3,200. We'll see at least like low 20 minutes off the bench for the Hornets. They're just really short-handed, so he could get you, 8x value at that price tag pretty easily. Moving on to shooting guard, it's at the top end. It goes with Beal as 93 against the Warriors. If he does play, that is a price tag where you definitely can take advantage of. You could also save some money and go to Paul George, who's been looking like himself recently. Last 2 games, he's been unstoppable, 7 of 9 and 6 of 9 from distance, shooting over 60% in both of them, putting up over 50 DraftKings points in both. Really good spot against Houston. There's just a chance that it is a back-to-back for the Clippers, and if this game gets out of hand, then you probably won't see the court in the fourth quarter, so just something to keep in mind if you are expecting a blowout in this one. So if you wanted to go to a closer game, you can go to a guy like Zach LaVine, who gives you similar upside, and his minutes should be like super high as they have been recently, 35, 36, 38. Good spot against the Hawks for him to have a good game. He only shot 1 of 8 from distance earlier this meeting against him, only played 25 minutes, and he was in foul trouble, so couldn't really get into rhythm. The way he's playing recently, I expect him to continue to kind of be aggressive, and the assists were a great sign to see. The offense was running through him yesterday, and they were very successful with that, so hopefully that is something that they continue to do, especially with Kobe White not coming off the bench. Zach LaVine can definitely handle the ball a lot more. So like LaVine at his price tag, LeVert, if they are missing Sabonis, if they are missing Brogdon again, would be a great option at 7,600. They don't really want to get to 7K for Wiggins or 7K for Bogdanovic unless they're missing Gallo again and missing Capella. And then you can look to D'Angelo Russell. It's only 6,300. There's a chance he could start today, but his minutes have been secure off the bench. Mid to high 20s, probably can get you at least closer to 30 today. Got 24-24, probably will get you at least closer to the higher 20 range today, I would assume. And then for guys in the 5K range here, Will Barton. If there is no Jamal Murray, he'll probably get you a lot of minutes. He only shot 3 of 13, but still hit value last time out. Brooks, Memphis dealing with some injuries. His minutes are going to be secure today. Allen looked really good. He put up 40 DraftKings points in his most recent performance. He's been shooting the ball a lot better, and he's been really consistent for them as a 3-point shooter. And then you can look to Jeremy Lamb as a value option if they're missing, Brogdon if they're missing Sabonis again, Monty Morris depending on Jamal Murray news, Holiday if they're missing Brogdon again, and that's kind of it. Small forward at the top, it's Kawhi Leonard. He's 9,400. It's a great price tag. He's in play if you can get to him. If not, you can go look down here for guys that are cheaper. I like Terrence Ross, Kelly Oubre in the 6K range here. Tate, just because they're very short-handed, are the Rockets. Gordon is affordable at only $6,200. And then you can go down to a Miles Bridges at $5,500. Will Barton at $5,400. And then in the 4K range, is Patrick Williams been playing a lot better for the Bulls. His minutes have been at least 30 recently. In close games, it can get you up to like 32, 34. And Bertan's been playing better last couple games. Price tag is still favorable, but the minutes limit was still intact last game. So maybe if they say he's not on a limit anymore, then we can look to him as a potential play. But his price tag did come up a little bit already. So those are the main guys. You could always took like the Martin twins. I think Cody Martin is going to get a decent run off the bench. Got about just 16 minutes. He's been. Neither one are very good point per minute guys. Yeah, so don't think I'll look to any of them. Hopefully we get better value as the day goes on. Power forward, we gotta wait on Giannis news. I think he probably will play today, but I really don't know. They probably won't need him against Charlotte if they want to give him a day off again. So we'll see. Hopefully we get that news early today, because can't really make a lineup without that news. Looking cheaper range, you have Zion is just 9K against Philly. Tough matchup against Embiid. It really probably be tough for him to kind of get all of his work done in the paint like he has been. But we know Giannis. We know Zion can get his points, and he's gonna take a lot of shots, especially if Ingram misses again. And then I'm looking at like Gordon as affordable just because I like that price tag. But Kelly Olynyk is appealing just because he's been getting huge minutes for the Rockets. So without John Wall, his usage should go even higher a bit. And he's been very good for them as a three-point shooter and as a guy that just gets a lot of rebounds. So against the Clippers, still dealing with injuries in their front court with still no Serge Ibaka. It's a good spot for Olynyk to continue to get those big minutes, and will continue to get more usage without John Wall. So he is a guy that I would like to get to at $6,000. But we even have more value at the position here, and probably the best value play right now I could see on the slate is $3,300 for Jalen McDaniels. With Charlotte being so short-handed, they went to a different approach, and they started McDaniels last game against OKC, and he showed out with 39 DraftKings points, 9 of 14 from the floor. Had 6 rebounds. He was getting some putbacks in the paint there. And his price tag didn't really move. He's only $3,300. Went up $300. But if he continues to get 30-plus minutes, you would expect him to smash at this salary. So he's got to be at least one of the core pieces I'm looking at right now. At center here, you have Vooch at 9,100, who I do like. You can also go to Jokic at 10.5. I'd probably go... Embiid is also in play at 10-1, but I like Vooch's price tag at 9,100 out of all the guys that are expensive. If Sabonis plays, he's only 87. He would look appealing. Capella, we've seen every center dominate the Bulls recently, as most notably Boucher did that same thing last night. If Capella is in, he will be a guy that you can look to, especially if Gallinari is out. And with all these guys out for the Hawks, Capella's just getting a lot of minutes. But you also have value at the position here. You can go to Wendell Carter at $6,000. Olynyk is 6K. I'll plug him in at center right now. We can put him at forward if we wanted to, or put him at utility. But Olynyk, been very consistent for the Rockets so far, and he should continue to get a lot of minutes tonight. Another guy I like is Kyle Anderson, $5,900. We have Brendan Clark doubtful for today, so his minutes are going to continue to be at least like high 20s, low 30s. And he will get you a lot of... He's been really good at getting rebounds, assists. Does a little bit of everything. He's been shooting the ball 10-plus shot attempts last 2 games. Good sign to see. Matchup isn't the best against the Knicks, but he's just a guy that does a little bit of everything. So even if he has a down shooting game, it doesn't... I'm confident that he'll at least be able to return some value because he'll get you rebounds, he'll get you assists. So at $5,900, a guy that has 40-point upside is a spot I'd look at. And then the last piece here is, let's put in Vooch for now. If Capella plays, we can go down to Capella at 8,600, so I'll put him at utility for now. But these are the 6 pieces I'm looking at right now. I think the Chicago-Atlanta game is probably my favorite one to target as of now. So that's it for DK. Let's go over to FanDuel. We're here on FanDuel, starting off at point guard. Yeah, Westbrook, most expensive guy. No surprise there. He's $11,200. I probably won't get to him just because there's so many cheaper point guards that I like a little bit more. Like Drew Holiday, if Giannis is out again, he's $8,500. But Trae Young is down to $8,100. That price tag makes no sense. Basically, I mean, for me, he's a lock on FanDuel. That price tag against Chicago should be a high-scoring, fast-paced game. Should not be that cheap. Makes really no sense. You have Rozier at only 7,300 as well. He played 40 minutes in the last game. Didn't really get anything going on terms of like peripherals, but he plays 40 minutes again out of Rozier. I have confidence that he'll hit value, especially has a chance for like 50 points with all these guys out on the Charlotte side. Then you have Kemba is only $6,300. We have even cheaper guys in the 5K range here. Satoransky's been starting, but he's 57, so he's not that appealing. Cole Anthony is only 4,700. If you wanted to go cheap at the position, he's in play. So just a lot of point guards that I like, especially Trae Young. He's only 8,100. Shooting guard Paul George is in play, but he's behind a few guys for me. I like Zach LaVine the most at only $7,500. Price tag is really cheap. Been playing a lot better. Wanted to kind of stack this game up a little bit, so he's probably my favorite, followed by Bradley Beal at only $8,300. And then take a wait-and-see approach on LeVert depending on the news that we get from Indiana. And then you can look to Devontae Graham at 66. You could go to D'Angelo Russell at only $6,300 if he's starting. Then don't really want to go to Bledsoe depending on some of the injury news out of New Orleans would be in play if there is no Lonzo. But we'll have to wait on that news. And then I'll probably go Brooks over Grayson Allen, even though Allen did have the better game last time out. And that's kind of it. You could go Seth Curry, but he's sometimes can kill you if he isn't, because he's not going to get you a lot of rebounds or assists. And then will be Jeremy Lamb if there is no Brogdon again. Small forward position is probably one of the tougher ones out of on FanDuel at least. You have Kawhi, but he's 10K, so he's not that much of a play for me at least. Brown is 83, great spot against Minnesota. They are all healthy, so it's always tough to kind of pick and choose, except for Fournier's out still. So besides Fournier, they're pretty much all healthy. I would go Brown at that position just because there's not a ton of other guys I want to pay up for here. Middleton, if Giannis plays, he's not that appealing at $8,000. And then Bogdanovich is already priced up. Porter is priced up. Edwards is kind of priced up as well. They already priced up Kyle Anderson. He's $6,900. So looking at the low 6K range, it would be Kevin Porter. 7K on DraftKings, only $6,400 on FanDuel. Really good spot, especially, well, not a great spot, but good spot for him individually in terms of getting more usage. With no John Wall today, we've seen him have his better games when John Wall hasn't played. So I do like taking a shot with the Kevin Porter. Power forward, see if Giannis plays or not. Even if he plays, you could go down to like a Sabonis if he's in. Go down to a Tatum at only $8,800. Go down to a Christian Wood at only $7,800. So plenty of options to choose from if Giannis doesn't play. Then Gordon, I probably won't get to him at $6,900. I like him on DraftKings a little bit more. And then Washington and Bridges, both similarly priced. I would lean to Washington just because he gives you more upside in the blocks and steals department. And I would probably still go with a cheap play here at the position, and that is not Jaden McDaniels, but Jalen McDaniels, $4,300, especially if he's starting again, which I would expect him after he played so well. If you give him 30-plus minutes again, I would assume he'll hit value pretty easily at only $4,300. And then at center, you have Towns at 11-1. He's not that much of a play for me. Capella is not a play. He should not be more expensive than Embiid. I don't care how many people are out. So it would be Embiid and Jokic. They should be the top two guys on the slate in terms of salary at the position. I don't want to get to Vooch at 99 when you got Embiid and Jokic right there. Then you can go to Valanciunas. But I like going to some cheaper plays if I was going to spend down for like a Kelly Olynyk at $6,000 potentially. But they have Zubats at only $4,600, and I believe Ibaka's already been ruled out. We'll see. He might be questionable. So it doesn't look like he's going to return anytime soon. They haven't officially announced him out. That report was also back on the 4th, so maybe he's improved since then. But if there is no Ibaka tonight, I mean, it's tough to kind of avoid Zubats at $4,600 at least. If you're making a bunch of teams, I think he's most definitely in play. And these are the 5 I'm looking at on FanDuel. I do like all of them a lot. They're all affordable. They all give you big ceilings. So that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck tonight, and we'll see you all next time.